It's time for the Steve and Kyle podcast with Kyle.
Yeah, I think if you're sitting on the balcony, you're just a dirtbag. And that goes for everybody who's going to be at that same venue for the side gigs, live at night show. If you have balcony seats, burn them.
Scum of the earth. We don't even look up.
At that point, you're pretty much listening on the radio.
And nobody listens to the radio anymore.
Oh, good. It's not produced well. I don't know who handles it for you guys. I don't know. Do they have a degree in anything?
And Steve.
The only thing I've seen worse than that is the production of that radio show you work at. Tell me you came home, you went into Evelyn or Annette's Art Supplies, you got some black construction paper, you traced and you cut. Tell me.
Goddamn right. That's exactly what I did.
Now, here they are, two guys who are living in style, Steve and Kyle.
Thank you, Melissa Vaughn. The incomparable, as we've referred to her nearly every episode since she recorded that for us.
That's right. Maybe for the big 307th episode.
What are we at today? I think we're at 305?
Hey, 305 till I die,
305.
Steve. That is, welcome to Miami.
Oh, bienvenido a Miami.
Hey, the Magic City.
The city that never sleeps.
The Windy City.
The Big Apple.
Motor City.
Yep. The Electric City.
Should we do that? Should we do every episode now based around the area code?
Okay, so we're at 305. You said
you're
305 confident
is Miami.
That 305 is
and
definitely
again,
Miami.
I only know that because
of course.
The only radio show and podcast that I listen to is the Dan Le Batard show, which is based out of Miami. Again, the only one that's ever had an impact or meaning in my life. So 305. So now,
oh boy!
But now we need to scramble. Because,
I got some big news for next week.
We need to scramble today because now we need to get all these Miami bits ready.
Yeah,
like,
but don't worry,
palm trees.
We have nearly 7 full days to prepare for next week's episode, which will be a deep dive.
Okay.
Into the province of Saskatchewan.
Oh.
And then in about another 335 episodes, we'll be back in the province of Saskatchewan.
Oh, good. So they have
for episode 630 something, 639. Oh, also 474. Look at that. All right, so
3 times we're going to have Saskatchewan episodes?
But the good thing is you prep once, and then your prep is done. You just save it in a folder. You set a reminder on your phone. Hey, open up the Saskatchewan folder.
Yeah, that's right. Good. Yeah. So we need weekly folders with tidbits and trinkets about the area that we have to cover that week.
Okay, what's 307 then? What are we 2 weeks out from?
Call me ignorant, by the way. I had no idea that Canada used area codes like we did. I thought that was a distinctly United States thing. Did they steal it from us?
I mean, I've seen Trudeau on the news.
If there's one thing,
he looks like that guy that, hey, I'm your friend.
Yeah.
But then, like, you know, when you get up to go get him a drink, he's stealing cash out of your drawer. Stealing the Queen's bucks.
Yeah, there's one thing I know about the Canucks. Sneaky SOBs.
Maybe put that on the poll. Are the Canucks not the hockey team?
Right. Well, yeah, but I'm just going to phrase it as that because I want people to misinterpret and think that we are talking about the NHL's Vancouver Canucks.
Bunch of sneaky SOBs, if you ask me.
That's all I'm afraid.
So 2 weeks from now, I think we're going to be leaning heavily on maybe some listener interaction for this this new weekly bit that we're doing where we explore different area codes.
That's right. We're now a geography podcast.
So 2 weeks from now, episode 307, we'll be taking a look at the entire state of Wyoming. One area code.
So Saskatchewan
has
not
3.
even in this great free land of the United States,
Yeah.
gets 3.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 40 meese? 40 meese using one area code.
Mm-hmm.
16 goats and a sheep herder using the other area code.
Yeah.
You get the whole state of Wyoming.
Whole thing.
Well, I'm excited for 307. We're all just going to be fighting to get through the Saskatchewan 1 episode.
You excited for 307? Wait till 308.
Oh my gosh. In 3 weeks. Hang on. Oh, man. Please tell me what 309 is. 308, sorry.
Not the whole state.
Okay.
But the western part of Nebraska.
Just the western half.
Western half, yeah.
Is that the one with the corn?
No, it's the one with the corn.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you clarified.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can do a live show coming up in 8 weeks because I know 313 is the city of Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
And that is because I know that because they always celebrate, I think, 313 Day.
How about that?
So maybe we go in 8 weeks or 7 weeks, we drive to Detroit and do a live event. What do you think?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, a week after that, we'll be heading to the great state of Illinois for 309 Day, which, of course, celebrates Bloomington, Normal, Peoria, Moline, Rock Island, Perkin, and Galesburg.
Big fan of Rock Island, Illinois. Big fan.
Yep.
A lot of tourism capital of Illinois.
Look, if we have anyone in these area codes, we need you to tune in. We need you to contribute.
Very honestly, if you are in an area code coming up, 6, 7, 8, 9, 310, 311, whatever.
Apologies to anybody who was in the first 305 area codes.
Yep.
That
We missed you. We missed you.
Yeah.
We have multiple things to do now. We're running this on the fly. We have to update our tags immediately to indicate that we
Area
are now
codes.
a geography podcast.
Specifically area codes.
Yes, just area codes.
So we want your calls, your messages on your favorite area code memories.
So first
Look,
up,
I got an area code memory from when I was a kid. I grew up a 609er, and at some point we changed to an 856.
Oh, how did you adjust?
Midstream.
You can't adjust like that.
Look, I'm here to tell the story.
Did you?
That was the story.
I was riveted from start to finish.
Look, that's why you come here.
I have
Come here for the tales.
so many questions about the ramifications.
I know.
You know?
I know.
I
Please ask all of them.
So we've got big episode 306 next week with Saskatchewan. Now, I think the odds of you and I finding somebody that listens in Saskatchewan, probably not great.
Can we, where we upload the podcast, can't you go in and look at, you can pull up a map, right?
Yeah,
and it tells you where
one download in the province of Saskatchewan.
we're on. We have to figure it out.
And I'm assuming that this podcast hosting server that we use will then allow us to get all of the details about this person, like their address,
social security number.
Yep.
Although, do they have social security numbers in Canada?
whatever they're using to be billed so they can listen to our podcast. Mm-hmm. Do they do social security numbers in Canada?
I don't know. Is that another? Maybe that's another thing they stole from us.
I feel bad because right now we're blowing past Miami time, and we're hyper focused on Saskatchewan a week in advance.
Apologies to Miami.
Well, anyway, you're a dirty city. Nobody really enjoys you. Anybody who says they do is only there for 2 days at a time.
Yeah. I can't imagine living there. Don't get me wrong. I'd try. I'd give it my all.
Would you? Could you see yourself being? Now, granted, probably not now, right? With wife, daughter, next child on the way.
But back in my wild party days, is that what you're going to ask?
I mean, listen, you did a semester abroad. You
Two.
You bought a jet ski.
2 semesters abroad.
You're pretty much a modern day guy.
Go on.
Could you have seen yourself at any point?
Absolutely not. It's not. I mean, I like to think. I would love to sit here and say, yeah, man, when I used to party.
Right.
But even when I used to party, and I'm doing heavy air quotes, it was like go to a house party at my friend's house.
What you were comfortable with. You weren't driving to the edge of town.
Yeah. Have 5 beers maybe.
Yeah.
And crash on a couch.
What's crazy to think about is
I wasn't doing like the foam parties and all night raves and stuff like that. That was just not my thing.
Your form of partying, and not so different, and probably mine, where it was, relatively simple to go somewhere and hang out with people and drink. The people in like dry counties in Kentucky probably party harder because they have to travel to different areas and keep it hidden, and they're all drinking moonshine. They're already stronger than me, who's taking a sip of light beer and acting like I loved it at age 21 or 20.
Yeah, this tastes great.
No, man, I can't wait to have another one. What do you mean? You poke holes in these and then drain it into your mouth directly?
Yeah, nice. Honestly, that was the best way to drink a beer because it limited the amount of taste. Because I remember the first sip I took of beer thinking, I must have gotten a bad one. There's obviously something wrong with this. And thinking, there's no way that people actually enjoy this. I still think that now when I take a sip of a beer every now and then. I'm just like, oh, this is putrid.
It's crazy.
This is terrible. But somehow everyone has convinced everyone else
that it's good.
Yeah, we all have, there's like this mutual understanding of like, hey, beer's bad. I know beer's bad. But we're all just going to, bury that down below.
Yeah.
And talk about how good it is. It's garbage.
I think beer is the ultimate keep drinking until you like it.
Yeah.
Drink.
Yeah.
Because, again, I don't think anybody who's had that, whether it's 16 or whenever you had your first beer, whether it's with your parents or, at an illicit party, doesn't matter. Nobody sits there and says, that was delicious. I can't wait to have it.
No. And then there's the people that, I think we might have talked about this before, when you hear people say like, oh man, on a hot summer day, nothing's better when you finish cutting the grass than cracking a cold beer. And I'm like, ugh. That sounds like the worst thing I've ever heard.
See, I'm to the point now where I enjoy it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Love an ice cold beer.
Ugh.
Ooh.
No.
I have a very brief update on our Canadian residency.
Okay, what do we got?
2 downloads.
From Saskatchewan?
From Canada.
Oh. 2 total? Or 2 on, 2 today? 2 in the last episode?
2.
So we've been doing this podcast for 5 years.
Granted, I don't know the
5 full years. We are entering our 6th year of broadcasting, narrowcasting, podcasting,
I'm
whatever
sorry.
you want to call it.
This is simply a 3-month date range. I apologize.
Oh.
Let me swing it back 3 years.
I swear it goes up to 4. Throw something.
So in the past 3 months, though, we have had, 2 Canadian downloads. That's pretty good, right? So if I put this back to like 4 years, we go up to 175 in Canada.
Okay.
So our biggest, Quebec, with 105. Again, this is over 4 years. We're averaging 25 a year. They're not even listening to every episode of the year. They're tuning in for, on average, if this were one person, 1 out of every 2.
All right. That's it. We got to put the call out.
Ontario?
I need a Canadian to get in touch with us, and we're going to talk to you next week during our big Saskatchewan episode.
I have it. Right here.
What do you got?
In the last 4 years, the province of Saskatchewan.
Yeah? Come on, give me the good news.
Ontario had 48.
Okay.
And Quebec at 105.
Come on, stop. Just get to it.
1.
So one person
tried the podcast out within the last 4 years.
Yeah.
I could probably, I think if I had the time or the wherewithal, I could go back and try to figure out
what episode
they downloaded.
Okay.
And then that's as far as I can get. Quebec, though, I love fishing through these numbers, Steve, because let me set this back to the last 3 months because that is more interesting to me. The last 90 days.
Vast Canadian listenership. It's good to hear.
So our Canadian listenership, again, last 90 days has 2, which, as it stands today, is tied with India.
Oh.
2.
Okay.
Which is just ahead of the Philippines at 1. Which is, and it's also tied with our Soviet brethren, Russia.
Oh, good.
2.
Hello, Mr. Putin. I'm assuming it's you.
So again, Canada, Russia, India, all tied at 2 in a real horse race to see who can take over that coveted slot. Peru, right there at 1, coming up. But right now, they're all looking up at the leader. Mexico with 3.
Hola. To our friends from down south.
92 from Germany. Would love to talk to our German friends. I'm going to say comrades, but that felt eerily World War II-ish.
Not a lot of great stuff happened then. I mean, don't want to dredge up old memories.
I love this, though. I love this for our podcast as we are in, where are we in, our middle of year 5?
Something like that. Again,
as we struggle to find our direction in this podcast land, I think we've now been able to hyper-focus.
Wait a minute. No, we're in our 6th year, right?
In our 6th or in our 5th?
Because we started in 16, right?
Yep.
So 16 to 17 is 1. 17 to 18, 18 to 19, 19 to 20, 20 to 21.
So we're in our 5th, right?
21 to 22.
Are we in our 5th or are we in our 6th? How am I struggling with this right now?
I don't know. I'm doing the same thing. No.
So it was June of 2016.
So June of 2016
to June of 2021 is 5 years.
Well, June of 16 to June of 17 is 1 year.
Yeah.
17 to 18 is 2. 18 to 19, 3. 19 to 20, 4. 20 to 21, 5. 21 to 22. So
20 to 21 was year 5.
So we're in our 5th.
Oh, no.
If any wizards out there could solve this one.
Hey, any y'all math magicians want to do them finger wags and countings? I'll put that on the poll as well. Should we be struggling with counting at this point in our lives? Boy, these last 60 seconds are not a high point for us.
No. I mean, we can... Do you want to just edit this out?
Yeah, I think we cut this out. Yeah. That's embarrassing.
So anyway, apologies to Miami, who is just being overshadowed by Saskatchewan in this week's episode. Did
you ever have one of those pipe dreams as a kid? Because you did your 2 semesters abroad. Apologies, I only called it 1.
Come on, man. Well, it was 2 different places. 2 completely different experiences.
But for the most part, you lived in...
Well, it was London, and then it was Madrid.
Neat.
I mean, basically the same.
That's not fair.
People call Madrid the London of Spain.
Yeah. Aren't they all near Portugal, right?
Or is London the Madrid of England?
Ooh. Boy, we have a European contingency right now that would love to chime in, but we'll get to you when we get to you on the area code list. But for the most part, I mean, outside of those semesters, you lived in the Jersey area.
Yes. Yeah, until I moved here, I lived in New Jersey for the rest of my my adolescence, up until I think I moved here when I was 28.
Yeah. What was Dream Steve? Like, where did he... Well, and I'm not saying when you were like 7 and you said, I'm going to live on the moon.
Yeah.
You know, but when you're after high school, maybe you're in college, maybe you're at post-college, what was Steve's dream saying, boy, I want to go here and live because either, 1, it looks desirable, or 2, I think I can make it there?
I think that just based on where I grew up, I always kind of thought, I'm going to live in New York City.
Right.
Not because I really wanted to, but because I knew so many people that did that, where they graduated from Monmouth and then got a job in New York, doing whatever. So I just kind of thought that was what was going to happen.
And not like live in New York City like our friend Trevor claims he lives in Nashville.
Sure. I mean, actually.
Yeah, you're not going to go move to Schenectady and claim you're in the big city.
No, like I mean, I guess the closest I lived in Jersey City for a year, which was directly across the river from Manhattan.
You were staring at the bright lights of the city that never sleeps.
That was a weird year.
Dreaming of your studio, on the Upper East Side. No, you wouldn't be Upper East Side.
No.
You wouldn't be Financial District. Where would young, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed Steve have lived?
I probably would have lived in Brooklyn because I would have thought that was the cool thing to do, even though I wouldn't have fit in there.
But that's the thing.
Frank lives in Brooklyn. And Frank
from San Francisco, but Frank is inherently cooler than both of us.
Frank fits in Brooklyn,
yeah.
And he is like, I'd be surprised if he lived anywhere else.
Yeah. If you had taken your own mental advice at that point and moved to Brooklyn, whether an apartment or bought yourself a small abode, the way Brooklyn is now, you would have made your money back 20-fold.
Yeah.
Because it's now like the hipster paradise of the boroughs.
Very gentrified now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Whole Foods on every corner.
You weren't of the idea that you were going to go, live in a high-rise overlooking Times Square.
No, I think that was all in my mind, but it was never what I really wanted.
Right. You thought you had to.
Yeah, I thought that you had to do that in order to be successful. And
right, living in Jersey City meant you're scum.
Pretty much,
and unless you moved to one of the boroughs. Well, not even one of the boroughs. No. You have three options, really. Because you move to Queens.
No.
Not even an upgrade. Is that even an upgrade over Jersey City?
I don't think so.
Queens is the suburbs of New York, right?
I don't know if I've ever actually been to Queens.
That's crazy. The fact that you were right there, too.
Yeah.
You never happened upon Queens, like, for any reason,
so.
right? And Staten Island's where all the scumbags go.
Staten Island, yeah. There's a big dump there.
So you're leaving yourself. Brooklyn. Manhattan.
Yeah.
What's the last borough? Why am I struggling here?
Harlem.
Is that a borough?
Huh.
I mean, you don't want to live there.
Let's see.
Struggling today. Well, anyway, welcome to Geography Cast. This is episode 305. This is the Miami episode of the Steve and Kyle podcast as we break down the boroughs of New York City after talking about Saskatchewan.
Oh, the Bronx, of course.
Oh, my God.
The Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, and Staten Island.
I feel ashamed.
I don't, because I honestly don't care. Like, why do I need to know that?
Right.
Just because I grew up in a closer proximity to it. I don't care.
But now, this same thing is going to happen to you and I in the next 15 to 16 years, probably, where our children are going to be, Dad, I'm getting out of here. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go live in the big city of, Detroit.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Oh, man. Just thinking about that gives me anxiety. Like my kids leaving.
Do you think about them going to school? Like, not like preschool, but like going away to college.
I think about it all the time.
I take my approach.
Don't save any money for them.
Don't encourage them to go.
We have had more than one conversation about that.
Oh, yeah.
We have had so many conversations about that. Like the other day, what did Evelyn do? She did something.
Probably something a dumb kid would do, right?
Probably, yeah, because she's an idiot. Real dumb.
Walk around, I pooped my pants.
I think she I forget what she did, but I was like, oh, maybe that means she's going to be a plumber. I think she grabbed onto the plunger or something.
Boy,
and I was
really promoting for this trade school.
I was like, boy, this would be amazing because any money that we have saved up for her and future son,
you could burn on a boat.
Yeah, I mean, sure, I'm going to get ridiculously taxed on it.
Yeah.
Like 3,000%.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm actually going to end up owing money on the money that I thought I was getting.
That's fine, though, because at the end of the day, you're still getting a check.
Yeah.
And you don't worry about repercussions. You have a check.
Right. But yeah, and it's funny, too, because there's the accountant, we had said, when we set up the, what is it, 529, I think, when you have a kid.
Yeah, which you can't touch it until
until they're 18.
They're 18, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but it can only be used for college expenses at that point, too.
That's the thing, though, because so many times before we set up that account, I said to him, I was like, well, what if they decide not to go to school? And he's like, that money can be allocated for different things if they decide not to go to school. So, like, say there's, $25,000 in this account 15 years from now, and neither of my kids want to go to school. They can, we can give that to them as a down payment on a house or to go travel or something. It's just a matter of how it gets taxed or something. But I always say to him, but I don't have to give it to them, right?
Yeah, there's no
look, Ron,
Uncle
just
Sam's
me and you,
not
just me
coming
and you
to hunt me down, right?
Just me and you chatting here, Ron.
Yeah,
that money, I can be a beneficiary on that account too, right? And that's usually around the point where he says, well, these are things that you should not ask me about because there's legalities. And I say, yeah, but come on. Hey, Ron, just me and you. I'll slip you a 50. You give me that money. What do you think? Huh? And that's usually around the point where the meeting ends.
Okay, next appointment's coming in. So see you guys next year.
That is a joke. I am not trying to scam my children out of the little money that we have saved for their college.
Your money.
Yeah.
That you're trying to save.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's not a scam if it's already your own money.
That's true. Yeah.
Take that, Evelyn.
Boy, did we really get off track.
Yeah, apologies. But
apologies to the city of Miami.
That's right. Yeah, we did not do your due diligence today other than call your town gross. And we digress. I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Last week I was here, walking in the house, stumbling over nails, hanging out a trim, had a door frame leaning up against your garage. This was, as is typical, a handful of times a year. You were the trash of the Zach.
Yeah, that was bad. Those doors were leaning up against our garage door, I think, until Tuesday.
I didn't see him today.
No.
So I'm just looking to maybe close that loop for our listeners, Steve. Is there an update on the trim that was ripped from your walls with nails and the door frame that was leaning against your garage? Where are we at today?
Well, the trim, as you noticed, was not on the front porch anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone.
Hey!
That was given away. That was given away to a nice elderly couple who I watched out the window as they loaded it all into their vehicle.
As is Steve's way.
I gave him a
nod,
a little wave. Look, I figure if I'm giving you stuff for free, the least you can do is load it yourself, not bother me.
Wow. It's that true spirit that's going to make you the neighborhood dad.
That's right. So, yeah, that's gone.
How'd that go? I mean, quick after the podcast, or?
I've answered so many messages this week. Hey, do you still have this? Hey, I could... oh, man, these doors would be perfect. I would love them in my house. Really? Yeah, I'm going to come and pick them up right now. Okay, sounds good. Waiting. Still waiting. Yeah.
So
things are not going well.
You
said that you didn't notice the doors.
Yeah, you were very specific that you said the trim was gone, and then you went silent.
If you were to take a little bit more of an angle, you'd see them leaning up against the side of the house. It's not the best. Not a great look.
I'm not stunned, but I guess I would have thought the door frame would have gone before
piles of
the trim. Yeah, because the door frame could be used for anything else. It's literally lumber, right? I mean, all you have to do is take it apart, and you can cut it to whatever size you need.
Yeah.
Whereas the trim is thin wood with nails in it.
Yeah. I have a question for you, though. I think we know each other pretty well, right?
Just you.
Just us here?
Just two guys.
Okay.
A couple bros.
I need you to look at me. Kind of look all around me. My aura, if you will.
Yep. Got the feel. Got the vibe.
Is there something around me? Or am I wearing a shirt? Or is there a sign like up here, right above my shoulder,
spin to look,
that says, "Tell me all of your stories."
Oh no.
Is there? Do you see that?
In my mind, I'm trying to make sure you're not the cartoon or the comic strip with a bubble.
Yeah.
Out of his mouth saying that. Because I don't see how any item for free, I'm assuming this is still in regards to the door?
Oh yeah, 100% related.
I would want to hear one word past, is this available, be there in a half hour, etc.
What's the address?
Yes. That's it.
Thank you, maybe. Maybe throw in a thank you.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, okay.
Start and end of that communication, though, should be there.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. I don't even need to know your name. If I happen to notice it on Facebook, fine. I genuinely don't care. Maybe that's rude. I don't care.
But I mean, I don't think it's rude because it's your relationship with this person who's coming to pick up things that you posted for free on Facebook is your relationship with 99.999999999% of the people on this earth. You both exist. Sometimes you pass by each other. Maybe if they look up at you, you give them a nod. Mm-hmm. Keep going.
But
so
what's shocking to me, knowing what you just said, is what you just said mixed with the fact that the door frame is still here. So not only have you endured trials and tribulations of random Facebook individuals, you also haven't given away the door frame yet.
Yeah. And here's the thing. When I do this, when I give this stuff away, it's part of it is part of it is selfish because I need to get rid of it and I don't want to have to get a dumpster delivered or anything
like that. Selfish. I mean, it can be reused.
I don't want to have to sit there and saw everything into small enough pieces to put it in my garbage, but I also like to help out and I don't want to throw something away if it's still in good shape and somebody can use it. We just don't like the look of them. Mm-hmm. That's why we're getting rid of them, which is a very first world problem. I get that.
Yeah, I can only apologize to the listening audience right now, Steve. We have a properly produced introduction for any time we get into this stuff.
Oh my God.
And we've now neglected to do that for this, as well as I believe we neglected to do it for In the Zach last week. It took some time.
So sorry.
We're still getting used to the new studio. That's all. We're getting our legs underneath us.
I'm gonna ditch some crack to some losers on the Facebook market. I'm poaching, looking for a scumbag on Steve's Facebook marketplace.
Boy, it's just
maybe send that to them in the message. As the opener.
If you can laugh at this,
come get it.
Come get it. If you find this offensive.
And say it like that, too.
Offensive.
Put either asterisks or if you can get some stars around it so they know that you're saying it that way.
Yeah.
So, the door's still here, so what have you had to endure the past week in your efforts to get rid of this door frame?
Well, I've had to endure people messaging nonstop, which I'm used to.
Seriously.
I'm totally used to that. That is that's nothing new.
It's
nothing new in the marketplace world. You post something for free, everybody wants it.
But it wasn't this difficult to give away the concrete cylinder that they claim was a bird bath base.
Did I give you an update on that? We found the top of it.
You did? You're going to go back in messages and ask that person if they want it?
Hey, give you $5 for that. Yeah, we found
it
you have out in the back of the yard when we were putting leaves out there this past year.
This is perfect because you message that person and say, hey, you're never going to believe this. I found the top of the bird bath. Do you want to come get it?
Cut you a good deal on it.
But
doors included.
You have to take a door frame with you. And this person already took rotted plywood or whatever, or rotted chipboard.
I mean, look, it's a dog fence now.
What do you think that door frame could possibly be for someone who's as innovative as that?
All right. So, again, I posted this stuff a week ago. Been inundated with messages nonstop. I need this. I'll take it right now. Sounds good. Are you actually coming now? crickets. So, but I mean, anyone who's ever dealt with Marketplace or Craigslist, that's like 80% of your interactions. So, but I've fallen into this weird, this weird place where I feel like I'm being trolled, like there's a concerted effort.
Like they've had enough of it.
Well, no. I feel like there's a group of people that, which I know sounds ridiculous, but have gotten together and said, hey, look, Steve posted some stuff again.
Everybody.
Let's all message him and say that we're on our way right now and then just ghost him. Which, if that's the case, kudos to you because it's very well done. I don't get as frustrated about it as I used to. Now it's just kind of a laugh. Like I'll say to Annette, hey, someone's coming. Someone's on their way to pick these up right now.
Yeah, they live in, the town next to us. They'll be here in a minute.
Yeah. So I got this one email. This was from the Craigslist post.
Okay, so because I'm not saying Craigslist is the last approach, but Craigslist is the dinosaur of this thing.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. It's going to go... I mean, really, for stuff like this, it's the Facebook Marketplace. But Craigslist does still have a following.
Sure,
it's typically the people who will say, don't you dare email or text. You must call this number and ask for Greg.
Right. So I posted the doors, posted the trim. Got an email right away from a woman. Now, I was expecting it just to say, hello, what's the address? I'll come and pick it up. Mm-hmm. Oh, can you hold it till tomorrow? I'll be there with my truck or whatever.
Because, again, you already had measurements for this thing because you were replacing it with something else, right?
So I had the measurements. Yep. I put it all in there. Like, you knew exactly what you were getting.
Outside of the type of wood, I don't know what question.
Yeah. Took pictures of everything. Yeah. So I got a message from this woman. Hello. I could totally use all of this. I'm like, great.
Beautiful.
My ex punched holes in my bedroom and bathroom doors. Broke half the trim in my trailer on accident while cleaning.
Unless you're the world's most aggressive cleaner?
I'm not done yet.
Oh, boy.
I am on a fixed income for MS and PTSD.
Okay, well, again, income does not matter. This is officially as free can be. But okay.
Free would be a blessing.
Maybe, you know what? Me. Generous Kyle, which is how most people describe
Sure,
me.
yeah.
I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Doesn't get out a lot. Maybe not a lot of people getting a hold of her lately.
Sure.
She's looking for some interaction in this COVID time where maybe she hasn't been out much. She just wants to communicate with a person.
Yeah, I saw this message and I thought, that's a lot of information that you in no way are obligated to tell me.
In an email, right?
In an email. But cool. Mm-hmm. You want great. This
Very
is
nice.
exactly like this is what makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Because you think, oh great, this person is in a bad situation. Mm-hmm. Something that I have can help them. Ideal. This is great. Email her back. Sounds good. Here's the address. When would you like to come and pick it up? I can help you load it up. Mm-hmm. Like I'm going outside. I'm outside of my comfort zone now. I'm not doing the whole, load it up yourself.
Right. You're willing to
help.
Pitch a hand here for a woman who seems to be in need.
Mm-hmm. And that was the last I heard from her. So
she just wanted to get that off her chest. Maybe that was a cry for help.
Maybe.
And you delete that email, moved on.
Still got it. I hold on to the emails just in case. So if I get real desperate,
follow up.
What's your address?
I'll drop it off.
I'll drop them off. So fast forward a couple days, and I got a message from I don't know who this person is. I don't know what her name is. She said, "Hey, what's the address? I can come by later on tonight. Once my boyfriend gets out of work, we're going to hook up the trailer.
Yeah.
Come and get it." I said, great. And I said, good idea on the trailer, because unless you have like a big van or something, you're definitely going to need it. Or a big truck, something like that.
Sure.
So they show up. I see them back into the driveway. Again, I gave him the old wave from the window. I had already told her, yeah, just take whatever you want. Everything out there is free. Take it all.
Wow.
So I was fully expecting to see like my garbage can loaded up.
Right,
on there.
right. Like going around the
like
back and
Comanche parts.
Yeah. Is that a muffler?
So I notice as they're backing up, the thing that caught my attention was the lack of trailer.
Okay.
And it was a decent sized SUV, but not nearly big enough to fit everything.
So you're already anticipating an issue.
Yeah. So the woman comes up, first of all, goes against protocol, rings the doorbell.
No.
And she said, I'm so sorry. I know that you didn't want me to bother you. Which kind of tipped me off on maybe the tone of my messages to her.
Maybe a tidbit of the Jersey Steve is included in these email responses.
Maybe turn it down just a bit.
Oh, man.
And I said, so I gave her a big smile. I said, oh, no, that's perfectly. You are okay. Meanwhile, both dogs are barking, baby's crying.
Right.
Trying to get dinner ready. Like there's a fire in the kitchen. No problem. She said, I just didn't think I'd need the trailer. To which I wanted to say, yeah, what the hell would I know? I mean, why listen to the person that like actually has all the stuff?
I hope she asked you for a trailer.
I noticed you had a trailer.
Mind if I use that?
So she said, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to come back tomorrow and get the rest of it. Yeah, no problem. I said, it's out there on the side of the house. Mm-hmm. Text me in the morning, and I'll just, so you don't waste a trip, and I'll tell you, yep, it's still here, or no, it's gone. Mm-hmm. She said, all right. So yesterday morning, she sends me a text. She said, oh, no, I'm sorry. I replied to her text from the day before. I said, hello, are you still planning on picking up the doors today? If not, no problem. Remember the question I asked you about, do I have that sign or a shirt or something?
Yeah. Do you want, unnecessary details and stories?
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. This was the reply. I love all of your doors. My plan...
Very nice of her, by the way, to compliment your doors.
My garbage, yeah. My plan and my word are always good. I was helping my boyfriend...
Oh, no.
I was helping my boyfriend fix one of his trailers to rent out. Unfortunately, he feels they are not good enough. We have been arguing since last night, and I have decided to get out of this relationship.
What?
I swear to God.
Over a door frame?
So thanks to your doors, I have realized I am helping and wasting my time here. My apologies. I do hope that they help someone who appreciates them. I need you to actually look, because here's my Google Voice. Mm-hmm. Here's the message that we got a couple weeks ago with the pictures of the Kyle Fathead.
Beautiful.
Just to confirm to you that this is actually my interaction with this woman. I sent her the initial message. Nice to hear back from you. Yes, I'll take them. Currently, I'm at the grocery store. Take me 35 minutes to get home. Load. Now, here is where she said, I'll throw the trailer on and head your way. Yeah. But then second guess that. But anyway.
Almost immediately.
So I want you just to read that. So I followed up that.
He feels they are not good enough.
Yeah.
So.
And look, I like how she started by saying, I love all of your doors. She felt like she needed to compliment me.
She didn't want to dog your door frames.
I mean, you could have said that they're garbage. Literally, to me, they are garbage. I'm giving them away.
Right.
So I thought on that for about 17 minutes, and I said, I was at work, and I said to the other monkeys, I was like, what do I say?
How do you even reply
How
to
do
that?
I follow up? So I said, well, if my doors helped you get out of a bad relationship, I'm happy for you. And then you see what her response was there at the bottom. 2 minutes later, she said, word to that, thank you. God is good.
I'm sorry. I'm just updating our polls with, is Steve breaking up relationships with his marketplace giveaways?
Like, these are strange interactions
How
that I'm
did
having,
you
right?
step into that? I mean, that is stunning. Wow. Of your interactions, this is right next to Rec.
There was another guy that came and took like 4 pieces of the trim a couple days ago. Could have been Rec's brother. Yeah.
You get the best and brightest.
I know.
So
I need you to hang out here for a day or so.
Yeah, right. And just watch your interaction.
Just
be like,
sit out on the front porch, maybe smoke a pipe, and just be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
To all the interactions that
I
happen.
want to hear your phone go off. Say, hey, got another message. And then we can follow that entire interaction.
Oh, my God.
So you are on what, day 10 now of looking to give away these door frames?
What day did I think I ripped these all out on Saturday morning last week. So
Okay,
no,
so
we're
about day 8.
we're a full week into it.
Wow.
But I woke up this morning to, of course, 3 more messages. Mm-hmm. I have
a lot of follow-ups.
Yeah, people lined up. They're
Cars
ready,
are on the
they're
Zach.
ready to show up and take them. Oh, I could use, these are perfect. This is exactly what I need.
Yeah.
Crickets. Then I reply back on the Facebook message. You know how you can tell, like, the little blue check mark means it was sent. Mm-hmm. But until you see it
like
change to like the little icon, that means they haven't read it yet.
Yep.
I have so many of those where it's like I've sent it. I reply within a minute. Typically, if I have my phone on me or if I'm in front of my computer and I see that message come in, I reply immediately. Here you go. Yep, still have them.
Right.
And then I'm shocked at how long a lot of them
the delay
never get read, or I see that they're read and then they just never follow up.
It's shocking.
So I send a message like 12 hours later. Hey, just making sure you saw this. And I see that they read that too.
Oh. I envy you still. Not envy you. I kind of feel bad for you now that I think about the way I want to phrase that, actually.
Yeah. Accurate.
For still doing this. Because I figured you would have, at this point, either taken your saw to it and cut up into small pieces and put it in a trash can.
Yeah.
Or thrown it out back to put, to burn in a fire.
I know.
In the spring and summer.
Well, a friend of mine actually said, he's like, yeah, just bring them over here. I'll throw them in he's got like a big fire pit.
Yeah.
I'll throw them in there. And I'm like, nah, this would be simple. I give away stuff all the time.
How big of a hassle could there be giving away stuff?
Because then I'd have to drive to his house, pick up his trailer, drive back here, load it all up, take it back there, and then drive back here.
At that point, you would be better just doing it here.
Yeah, I thought about
burning it or cutting it up.
I thought about getting one of those Bagster dumpsters.
Yeah.
Where you buy it at the hardware store, you unfold it, throw all your crap in it, and then they come and pick it up. But even that's like $125.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I don't.
At that point, it's not just losing money at that point. Boy, you're investing money and time just to get rid of some wood.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
So
we enter the second week. I hope the best for you, but Steve, I
feel like I'm losing my edge, but
Listen,
the only thing that has been redeeming this week is we've had successful sales and giveaways of, I think, 8 other items.
Wow.
Just this week. I sold an old DVD player yesterday for $20.
Regular DVDs.
Regular DVD player.
$20.
Not even a Blu-ray.
$20.
$20.
I'm going to go on Amazon this instant.
I thought, surely you can, like, if you went to Walmart, I think for $30, you're getting a Blu-ray at least.
$21.99. DVD player on Amazon. You could have it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I would bet, the Walmarts, the big box stores around us would be very similar. I'm sorry that you suckered that person into that.
Well, I always put the price at $20, figuring they're going to offer $5 and we'll settle at $10.
Yep.
But she said, sounds good. So what am I going to say? No, give me less.
$24.96 at Walmart with an HDMI cable.
Oh, yeah. Mine didn't even have an HDMI cable.
Yours didn't even have a remote.
It did have a remote. I gave her the remote.
Yeah, you're at $20 to $25. So in their effort to save $5, they chose your garbage.
Okay. Yes, this week I have sold, like those wooden TV tray things We've had 4 of them and the little rack that we have never used. They've been in, I think Annette had them at her old house. Sold them $30. Gave away some like decoration thing for free. Sold one of those travel foldable baby bassinets, $25. I sold some of our old, like one of our original microphones and a couple of random cables and the shock mounts, $25.
Hey, up-and-comer podcaster, did you ask?
Nope, did not interact with them, left it on the porch.
Send a follow-up.
Box spring, mattress, and bed frame, $50.
Wow.
Gone. And that was all I sold this week. But
yeah, it was like
easily $100.
But as a slight for, you taking advantage of that poor DVD idiot.
Look, there was no gun to her head.
You are being punished by just simply not being able to get rid of this lumber.
Yeah. So look, hey, listeners out there, got a need for some bifold doors? One of them has lots of stickers on it from a little kid.
Yeah.
I got a deal for you. You can come
here. The deal
here.
of deals, by the way.
Maybe the deal of the century? I don't know.
Ooh.
I mean, do we start is it a rolling century? Do we start
I thought we were only looking for our deals of the century. I don't care what anybody else is calling the deal of the century because they're, picking up free lumber. You're kind of a dirtbag.
You need some free bifold doors? Various sizes, various conditions. You swing by here.
Send us
a message. Of course,
message.
Don't swing by here. I will blindfold you, drive you here.
We'll drop them outside a local gas station, and you have to drive there within seconds of us leaving there for you to pick them up.
Yeah.
We'd recommend a trailer.
Yep.
Or a truck bed.
Yeah. I would definitely not only recommend, demand. Send me a picture of your truck before you drive here. But yeah, so I was for some reason people find me to be the person that they need to vent to about bad relationships, various other life struggles. Hey, I'm happy to listen. As long as you take my doors.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Take my garbage.
Make sure the doors are the essential part of that. The stories are like the cherry.
Yeah.
Like you're only getting the stories if you're taking the doors.
Yeah.
Okay? So load up your terrible relationship stories, your family strife and drama. Pack those nice and tight.
Yeah.
And then think to yourself, where can I put some bifold doors?
All right. We're going to get to my movie review in just a second, but I did notice we have an envelope sitting over there.
Hey, folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig.
Bum, bum, bum. All right. What do you got over there?
We have yet another envelope, this time from our friend Trevor in not Nashville, whether it's Burns or Dixon, whatever you... the address from him shows Dixon.
Okay.
I don't know where I'm getting Burns from. I believe Burns may be... I don't know, maybe he's got multiple residences. Not my business.
Oh, fancy man. Need some doors for that second place you got there, Trev? Just a 9-hour drive.
I think we should maybe talk to Trevor next week.
Okay.
Maybe we should get him on the horn.
Is he is he a Saskatchewan native? Do you think? Does he have any? Trevor, do you have any connection to the great province of Saskatchewan?
Before I open this, if you know anybody in Saskatchewan, they don't need to listen to this podcast. I don't really care.
I would love for...
We need to talk to them.
I would love for someone to get one person from Saskatchewan to listen to our last 2 episodes. So it's a little bit of a commitment, 2 hours, 2.5 hours or so. Listen to our last 2 episodes with zero context as to who we are, and then give us a review.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Like each week we randomly call somebody from the area code.
That's the dream. I mean, we missed Miami this week. That's our fault.
Yeah. It's all right.
We're going to pick that up with Saskatchewan next week. And then I will start digging into our Wyoming numbers.
All right. Yeah, so if you know
But you're
anyone,
on the clock. If you know somebody who lives in Wyoming, in 2 weeks, we need to talk to them about all things 307.
and this podcast, they have to listen to at least
Yeah.
one episode, maybe two if they have time.
I mean, I can think of the litany of Wyoming questions I have for him.
So what's in that envelope there?
Steve,
What do we got?
you got the sounder I need? The old cha-ching?
I'm ready.
It's a check. Our friend Trevor in Burns/Dixon, definitely not Nashville. Send us another payday, baby. This time,
Uh-oh. It's probably
maybe there's two.
so
In the amount of $10.07.
can you repeat that?
10.07.
I feel like that's considerably lower.
His bank must hate him.
You don't get a full cash register sound effect, Trevor.
No, actually, yeah. Play. Make sure. I know it's difficult, Steve. Production. If you cut that off like halfway,
I was thinking
better.
backwards.
Better. That's what you get. Billy Stacks, though.
Oh, Billy Stacks.
Yeah, that's just the principle.
Consistency.
He's the leader in the clubhouse in terms of consistency. He was the innovator in the category.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Trevor. The reason I think we need to talk to him,
It's because he keeps paying us.
yeah, and we never fully understood, one, why, and two, the discrepancy in dollar amounts. Because I love it. Every month you
Yeah.
don't know what we've got. I think he's maxed out at like $26 one month. He said 20 even, and I thought, oh, maybe it'll be 20 even every month. I don't know why. And now we're down to 10.07.
Yeah.
Oh. Now, see, I was an idiot. Did I record it the wrong way last week?
No.
Okay.
No,
I thought I went vertical recording like a real buffoon.
No. Come on.
It is time.
It is time.
Now, this has been in your brain, though,
You're sounding a little muffled. There we go.
been in your brain for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, this is going to be weird. Normally, what I should have done is read over this before
Right.
we recorded. You want to give me a minute?
Yeah, go ahead. As Steve re-prepares himself. This is a big one for him. But he watched them almost back to back. This is Marvel's The Avengers.
Okay.
Which was the culmination of Phase 1 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They all come together to fight a common enemy.
Yeah.
A massive cinematic event. I mean, this thing shattered records before those were then broken by Star Wars, etc. But this thing was a big deal. I can't wait, Steve.
Okay.
Your official review of Marvel's The Avengers.
2012? Ish?
Yeah, I think
Doesn't
you're
matter.
right.
All right. The blue thing is acting up and creating a gateway to space. Loki's back, and
right.
he's declared war on the planet.
Everything.
Black Widow, she's interested. Hulk is a different guy now. Iron Man, he's on board. Steve's in. And Thor, there he is.
Yep, he's now there.
But anytime this Loki comes up, it's like a different movie. And side note, it's a really movie. Thor and Iron Man are fighting. I guess they don't know that they're on the same team yet. Loki, he's got the cube. And the Avengers, they want it back. So there's lots of fighting. The guy with the bow and arrow, he's a good guy again. He was a bad guy for most of the movie, but now he's good again. Space robot lizards are coming through the portal, but Hulk, he seems to be handling them pretty well. Iron Man catches the missile and sends it through the portal. Then Natasha, she closes the portal. The Avengers...
You almost had it.
I know. Okay. The Avengers save the day. Loki goes back home, and that was the Avengers.
Wow. Boy, Iron Man threw the missile. Hulk was handling the space alien robots.
Space robot lizards.
Space robot lizards. Sorry. The Loki S. Lots to unpack there, Steve.
I do not like Loki.
Let me tell you how much in the minority you are.
He's a popular one, huh?
He's very popular.
I know.
Fans enjoy him, and granted, in the comic books, he is a massive character over the decades of Marvel. But Tom Hiddleston, as Loki, became such a sex symbol. As this really weird, pasty, wiry, black slick-haired back guy.
Yeah, I don't care for him.
But you don't like him.
Not only do I not like him, I hate him.
Do you have any reason that you just don't like the... you're not a Thor universe guy, I don't think, right?
Yeah, it's not so much that I don't like Loki. I just don't like the weird, extreme sci-fi of that story, which I've brought up to a bunch of people. Our friend, the town drunk, Rusty, he called me the other day and we talked. I had like a 15-minute conversation with Rusty about these movie reviews because he's super into them, just like you are. And I said, yeah, man, I really liked the Avengers. I liked that movie a lot because it was so cool to finally see all of them coming together in one. Like it was a trip for me. I'm like, that's cool. Like Hulk is talking to Iron Man and Thor is there. Like it was really cool to see all these worlds come together. And I can only imagine how much cooler it was if you watched them as they came out.
Right.
Because you're waiting years for something to happen.
Yep.
Me, I'm waiting 1 week to the next.
Yeah, and you're not exactly waiting. You don't really care.
Yeah, kind of.
So you don't have that anticipation that fans,
right,
like the diehard fans would have had.
Right.
You're watching them to watch them and to know and understand what they're so popular for.
It just...
Listen,
Thor... That whole galaxy, that whole what is it called? What is the Asgard. It seems like it's just a completely different storyline. It would be like...
Yeah, it absolutely was and is. In terms of, when he's on Asgard, it's not, you don't see him and Captain America shooting the breeze about what's going on with...
Right,
Odinson and all, it's the happenings with the dark elves and everything, because it doesn't really tie in. I generally side with you. Sci-fi in that regard, I prefer the down-to-earth comic book heroes, right, where the happenings are on Earth. But I still really enjoyed those stories. Thor a little less so. I cannot wait because not next week, 2 weeks, in 4 weeks you're going to be watching Guardians of the Galaxy.
I know. You're like the fifth person who said, who when I've given my take on that, they've said, well, Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's a truckload of fun.
That's also whatever, because they said, I know it's going to sound like you're not going to like it because it's very spacey sci-fi, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you that you'll like it. I don't know. You don't care about the lore. You don't care about the characters. You're in now. You're 6 in.
I am. Yeah.
You are 6 in out of currently 27. By the time we get there, it'll be at least 28.
Yeah.
As Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness comes out in May. I think you will enjoy Guardians, but I also would not be surprised if you came back here and said, could do without the space stuff. Especially, and I'm going to give you a forewarning about Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't even know if I believe they may touch Earth momentarily.
Okay.
So you are officially done with phase 1, and we already fell apart on my initial plan. So maybe next week, can we plan on next week getting your lovely wife Annette down here and give her just a real quick rundown on what she thought of phase 1 as well, because like you said, she's not watching like you are. She's observing kind of she's
kind of background.
Yeah, she's absorbing some of the stuff going on, right? And that happens.
Yeah.
Happens with me and The Bachelor when Katie watches it. Happens with, whenever. That's just the way it goes. If you're in the same room and things are on, as much as you tell, hey, I'm reading this book, you gain some of the stuff going on the TV or wherever.
Yeah, I think she would. I think she'd come in and join us for that.
So you watch these back to back on a Saturday night when Evelyn wasn't here, which is again, what young couples in love do when they don't have a child.
Look, when the romance needs to happen.
But I'm guessing before you turned on the Avengers, maybe you fluttered some rose petals near the couch. Got like a foot spa going for her, and then you like took your shirt off and carried a rose in your mouth to her
while flexing,
while watching the movie out of one corner of your eye.
Yeah, it was a lot going on at once.
Yeah. Did she? So you watched these back to back, Captain America and the Avengers. Did she actively watch those with you, or was she doing working down in Cricket Corner? Was she just there?
I think we watched them upstairs, and she was kind of half paying attention.
Okay, so about the same as the rest of them, or the majority of them.
None of them. She hasn't sat there and been like glued to it.
Yeah,
for any of them.
Okay.
Far. So what do I have next week?
Next week, Steve.
Oh, that's right. I know what this is.
The beginning of Phase 2 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You have the Shane Black directed, Robert Downey Jr. starring, Iron Man 3. Divisive among the fan base. Iron Man 3. I enjoyed it. Iron Man 3 is on your docket, 2013. So now, I mean, we're only 9 years back. We're pretty much modern day.
Yeah.
Phase 2 will take us all the way through 2015.
Okay. All right.
Oh, man. Phase 2 of the phases. Phase 2 is probably the biggest dud. 6 total movies. And in terms of the bottom half of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this has a few. Okay. I anticipate hearing that review next week. Or maybe we bump that a week if you want, and we can just talk to Annette next week about what she thought of Phase 1 if you don't get to it this week. Otherwise, we can do both.
I don't know how much content we're going to get from Annette on Phase 1.
Yeah. Well, listen, there's always questions. There's always questions. Like my question number 1 is, instead, on one of your nights, your only nights without a child to have to take care of, would you have preferred Steve turn on the Avengers or A Little Romance?
Am I going to have to leave for these reviews?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's not like she's surprised. This harkens back to your honeymoon. The height of romance. And you
my garage door openers.
And you were buying garage door
openers. I bought
openers.
garage door openers and a nose hair trimmer.
Steve's sitting over there on the, what was that?
The northern coast of Jamaica.
Oh, my gosh.
Ocho Rios. That's right. All 8 of the Rioses.
Just a wind's whisper away from Cuba.
Yep. Yeah, if the wind's blowing south, you can hear that Latin music playing.
Could have thrown a football if the jet stream hit right and it wasn't caught by one of the sharks in the same jet stream. So that'll be next week. We got a lot to get to. Steve's up with Iron Man 3. We need to talk to Annette about the dwindling romance in your young marriage. And the A-bit.
Saskatchewan talk.
The B-bit? Where are Steve's bifold doors?
B is for bifold.
And those are your reasons to tune in.
I don't believe that you asked me for my official rating.
Steve, I apologize. I have the doc open and everything. Your official review. The culmination of Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 1. Marvel's The Avengers.
Loki ruins everything.
Okay, I'll have to describe that as like parentheses, heavy nose breath. Okay. We're updated. I will try to post it's not that hard. I will post a screenshot of the full rundown of Steve's reviews through Phase 1 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We'll post that on our social media at Steve and Kyle, as well as there's a bunch of polls up this week as well at Steve and Kyle on Twitter.
Loki.
You're going to have to come around. I can't wait to get Annette's thoughts on Loki. In her limited viewing, one, does she find him attractive? Because not a woman, I don't know what is or what's not.
I don't know. I've never asked.
Yeah,
Maybe
don't ask her now either.
Yeah,
we'll find out next
but
week.
we'll have a picture ready to throw up on the Tron.
Yeah.
So she can take a look at that hunk of beef, apparently.
That 145-pound couldn't be like more opposite to you.
Right.
Like in terms of everything, right?
Yeah.
Way he talks, skin color, hair,
Successful.
shape, everything.
Yeah.
Successful. We'll do that next week. We'll get the big guest on the books.
Yep. Also, if you know anyone in Saskatchewan,
That's the big one.
it's got to be a 307 though.
Please
Or
get
no,
it.
306?
306. 306 is Saskatchewan. We'll talk about the state of Wyoming next week. But if you know somebody who lives in Saskatchewan, we need to talk to them ASAP.
Mm-hmm. Also, if you need some doors, hey,
Oh.
hit me up. Hit me up. At Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Thank you to Trevor for the $10.07.
It's the reverse cash register sounder.
Thank you, Trevor. Very nice of you. We will talk to you next week. See ya. Apologies to Robert.